bollards. It's all bollards. This is, I'm going to partly pass over to Ian because you've been getting questions from bollards.
Are we parking before?
Yeah, discuss parking marketplace response to CLO. This is the community liaison officer. I saw that and I have to say I was a little confused by it.
Let me see if I can find my photos from last time. My understanding of what they're saying is that at the moment we have a sign in the marketplace which says, at some point we thought it said you can't park when there's a market on, but the wording of it actually says you can park up to this time and you can park up to this time after this time, but it doesn't actually say you can't park in the middle bit. Which means that actually they can't enforce parking restrictions on the market. So therefore, the question was, what do we do about that?
Yeah.
And they've come back saying you can do all of these TROs.
Yeah.
And
the question had a cost to it.
Correct.
I'm unsure what this is. Of which I can obtain should you wish. So it seems to me that until we do have an idea of the cost, we don't know how to proceed. Is that, or have I just misunderstood this email?
Well, I think I was asked at, was it full council? Yeah, to dig around, so I dug around.
Of which we have.
But that's the point. So basically, if we wanted to put a temporary traffic regulation order, it comes down to, do we have, which we've talked about ad infinitum in the past, do we have the power to make bylaws? And in this case, the CLO has said the way to do it is one of these things.
I mean, the other thing they raised here is about having a consultation process. And it's not entirely clear to me how we would carry that out.
But we're doing it at the moment.
Even through the traffic working party.
Sorry, yeah. We've done it with publications and online stuff, etc.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be a guaranteed way of doing an informal consultation. But what happens, my understanding, I'm no expert, is when it comes to the TRO stage, they need to say, what do you think the response will be? We can say from our informal blah, blah, blah. We think that most people will be broadly supportive of this. So I can find out more information.
So is the response to this that we essentially ask Jess to provide further details on what it might cost and who might pay for it, as you suggested? John, is that your...
So two things. One, it's already the OEA newsletter, and it's going to affect most of the traders who use that to park their vehicles for hours. I think that's as informal as we can get.
Yeah.
So I'm supportive of that.
Market day or marketplace?
Market day.
Yeah.
And that seems to me to be good enough. I think it would be helpful to know the cost, and if the cost is exorbitant, then that's a different decision. But my principle is that we should do something because it's causing upset in the marketplace on market day, not just affecting one, but actually affecting income for us. People are being turned away because vehicles are parked. So I think it would be good to get costs, if we can get costs, but with a view to making this happen. And we've already started the consultation period, so great. Let's move as quickly as we can.
A quick Google has suggested a standard charge of £1,110 is paid. That could be in London or something. So I'll go back and ask what the exact cost would be and see if NEC will bear something.
Sorry, Lisa, I can see you
So, I mean, obviously she knows the information better than us, but all of our other TTROs, usually there's a charge. So if Anglian Water want to close off a road for waterworks, they have to pay those fees. I was told a long time ago, we don't as a council have to pay them for our events. So we don't pay it for the Christmas market, we don't pay it for the food festival, we don't pay it for the Remembrance Parade. So I would think that still stands, otherwise we'd have started being charged by now. But what we would need to do is get all of the Thursday market TTROs in place at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I assume they'll do it as a batch lot for the year. And obviously the Saturday market as well, we'd need it for that. But I'm hopeful that we wouldn't be paying those charges because we never have before.
Let's find out.
So I just want to clarify, so are you going to follow up with Jess?
I'm happy to. If Lisa's copied
I was going to say,
it.
or are we asking Lisa to now take that forward?
Lisa should be doing
Yeah, I don't
I think
mind.
it's getting operational. now,
Yeah,
isn't it?
okay.
So, okay. So if we can now, I feel, move on to bollards. So we're now on to 19002, discuss requesting bollards in and around the marketplace. There has been, Ian, I think you submitted I seem to remember here, yes, a quotation. There's a PDF file. This is 6 bollards for basically 1,225 or thereabouts. It's interesting, carriage to Cambridge, yeah? I'm not quite sure why we're going to take them to Cambridge, yeah, but that's why they like that. That's because they seem to think that Howard is in Cambridge, yeah? Probably because of the Peterborough postcode.
Most of North Northampton.